Hey guys, Zero here with another Warhammer Wednesday. I know it's been a while, but bear with me. I've got a new box set in, and it is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempest of Souls box. So this is actually a starter set for Age of Sigmar, which is the fantasy version, 40k, if anybody didn't know. So we're going to get this over to the table, we'll crack it open, and see what comes inside. Sit tight. Alright everybody, let's take a look at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempest of Souls, a Warhammer Age of Sigmar starter set. I mean, this is an old starter set. This is a couple years old now, but I saw it online, and look at it, it's actually labeled $80, but the guy actually sold it to me for $60, so I had to jump on it. I really am starting to like the Night Haunt models. I picked up a couple of them, and I'm really interested in the idea of the Night Haunts. I don't know if I'm going to use it as a full-on army. What I may do, what I know I will do, is I will build these models, paint them up, and I will definitely somehow, in a way, if I can figure out how, I will use them in Dungeons and Dragons, for sure. Like, no doubt. There's some wraiths, some ghouls, some really cool looking specters, you know what I'm saying, banshees and cool stuff like that they have in this army. But it wasn't originally my intention to do D&D with these, but I can use them for Dungeons and Dragons. And these guys are like really cool, like paladins, or like they could be animated suits of armor because they're so big. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with them. But what I will do for sure is I'll paint them up when I get to painting them. And I will definitely use it because I have some Stormcast Eternals already. I have a few of the Night Haunt stuff already. So I'll just add it all together. And if I ever want to teach somebody how to play Age of Sigmar, or if I want to pick up a quick game, I'll have some of these. Or if someone comes over and they just want to play something, like my buddy Cabby or whatever, we can just pop this open and I can show him Age of Sigmar. You know what I mean? I actually have the original box of Age of Sigmar that came out when it was first released, which is the original starter set, and had Stormcast Eternals, and it had Khorne. I can't remember what they were called, but they were Khorne guys, and they had, like, you know, knights, and there was barbarians, and, you know, got a bunch of guys with blades and a big old demon. So that's pretty cool. I have a couple armies to show off Age of Sigmar. Let's crack this thing open. Alright, so first thing you see here is there's another box inside this box, and this box is actually that box there, which is the scenery. Let's see if I can pull this out without messing it all up. Came right out. We have our plastic bases. Who doesn't love plastic bases? Alright, you got your only six dice. Alright, here we have the main Night Haunt sprue. I'm not exactly sure what all these guys are called. I know there's some Glaive Guard stalkers there. I actually have some of those guys. I picked them up from the Easy Build set just to practice some painting. Because the set was like $10 and they gave you like 4 guys, so I was like, yeah, $10 for Warhammer models that I could probably use in D&D, you know, and learn how to paint, you know, practice on. So there you go. I really like this guy here. This is probably my favorite looking character right now. He's got like a gallows strapped to his back. That is some cool stuff right there. He's very wraithy. He's got a huge like battle axe. It's like drawing up some energy here. I just think that's like super cool. Now you got some guys with some Siths. Yeah, you gotta have a guy with a Sith, right? Like, that's just quintessential undead spirits. Very cool sprue. Very, very cool sprue. And here we have the Chain Rasp sprue. I believe those are Chain Rasps. And you can get these guys in a separate set, but funny story, or true story. These guys in the separate set is like 30 something dollars, like $38 for this sprue right here. Okay, this whole box cost me 60 bucks. So this is more than half the cost of this entire box, just if I went to buy these miniatures on their own. So what's the lesson? Shop around, look at these starter sets, because sometimes you're going to get a better deal with a starter set than you are if you buy these models individually, if you are looking for those models. Just out of, you know, just saying, because originally I looked and I was like, how much do these guys cost? They look kind of cool. I wanted to add them to my, you know, they look like cool ghosts. And I looked, I was like, 38 bucks, that's not bad for a box set of 10 guys, you know, for Warhammer. That's not an unrealistic price. But then I looked at the starter set and I was like, 60 bucks, I'm already getting these guys? Yeah, I'm going to do that. And here we have the Stormcast Eternal sprue. This is molded in like a gold if you didn't want to, excuse me, if you didn't want to like paint them, they're still gold, so you know which guys are which, just as the other guys were like a teal blue. And I'm not sure everything that's on here. I'm going to have to look it up. I know there's some castigators there because there's a wand. There's another one there. And I think I actually have one of the castigators right here. He actually came with the Getting Started with Age of Sigmar magazine. Like a $10 magazine. And he came with it free. But then there's some Sequitors. These little mace guys, because I know I got a couple of these guys as well. Somewhere over here. That's them finished, or at least built. And it turns out there was a female one, and I put the helmet on her, and I didn't realize it was a female. And then they had a separate piece for her exposed head, and I was like, ah, missed opportunity, but oh well. That's some really cool stuff here. And then the ballista, like the big old giant heavy bolter, because a lot of people call these guys Sigmarite Marines or whatever, Sigmarines, because they're like as big as Space Marines, and they're probably as tough as Space Marines. All right, here's the second sprue of Stormcast Eternals, and you've got some more Sequitors on there, but you also got the crossbowmen. I don't know what they're called, and I apologize. And oh, there's a great one. That's cool. It's a double. It's pretty cool. I think though it's kind of like, it's interesting because this whole set comes with these bases, right? Like these plain Jane bases. But if you look, I actually have the guy with the double-handed mace, and they come on like really cool detailed bases. So did any of the easy kits. They came with these really cool detailed bases. It's kind of interesting. I would have liked to have had these guys come with those bases too, but it is what it is. Again, I paid so little for this box set. I mean, I think the ballista by itself is like $30 or $25 or something like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I would have wasted money getting these individually. Not that I would have really sought these models, but to grab them for so cheap. I mean, you know, you gotta, when it comes to Games Workshop, they're so damn expensive. When you get a deal or you get a bargain on something, you might as well grab it if you're interested. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get those deals all the time. And once those sets disappear, they're gone. That's it. All right, here we have the packet booklet. Came with everything. Let's see if we can just rip this open here. Yeah, buddy. I know my buddy Hate loves this. All right, looks like this is the core book, which should have the core rules in it and a bunch of scenarios for the game. And you just, of course, with Games Workshop, you're always greeted with like some amazing artwork and some amazing diorama displays. Like, this is how they sell their crack, people. This is it right here. When you see stuff like this, you're like, yep, I'm hooked. I'm gonna skim through real quick. I'm not gonna look at the size of this board. Look at that. And that's just to show you, like, hey man, buy this stuff. You know, you know what I mean? There's painting instructions, of course. That's cool. How to paint your own minis. And these are very simple instructions, by the way. They're not very, you know, some are step by step, but they're not super detailed. So I would use this as an entry point, but then, like, you know, search online for different resources. the Games Workshop website has tons and tons and tons of painting tutorials. And like when Duncan was doing them, shouts out Duncan, Duncan Rhodes, my dude. He's 2 thin coats of awesome. But he goes through a lot of these miniature, like he'll show you, okay, let's how to do the robes, how to do the weapons, how to do, you know, and these are all separate videos. So you just gotta, you know, scroll through those videos and find what you're looking for. If you want to learn how to do like aged metal and rusted metal, you know, things like that, or like, you know, like burnished gold, you know, how to get that effect. Like here they'll show you the paints you're going to use, and they'll give you a brief description, but honestly the videos are much, much better. Some more amazing displays. Here's a model gallery, you know, so you can see what you're getting in there. Castigator. Castigator, or the archers. That's kind of an interesting name. See that guy? There he is. That dude, I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can see that guy right there. Look at how cool that dude looks. Come on. And I know my buddy Hate from Save or Die right now is looking at this like, whatever. That is a good looking model. So shut up. But there you go, man. It's pretty cool. And you get scenarios and like basic instructions on how to start the game, which is kind of cool because they tell you how to set it up and then you play your way through and it gives you the instructions on that. Very cool, very simple. And you can buy the main rule book if you want to do like, you know, if you want to get really far into the rules and all the miniature, the details and the nooks and crannies. And then you've got scenarios, Lords of Battle, things like that. And then it tells you, of course, where to buy, what to buy next, how to find it, where to get it, you know, because you got to get your dealer, you know, your crack dealer. And some cool history on the world of Age of Sigmar, what happened between the old world and now, and some descriptions on some of the cool characters and models in there. Very, very cool. Lord Executioner, that's who he is. Oh, he's so dope. He's dope. And he's got like spirits floating around him too, dude. Come on, that's dope as hell. Grave Wraith Stalkers, those guys. You see them everywhere. Chain Rasp Hordes. What's the other guys? Grim Ghast Reapers. Oh man, come on. That's dope. Nah. Alright, here we have the Core Rules book, which I thought was in the main book, but apparently not. So this is how you get going. 1, 2. Not a lot of pages of rules. Like just in the basic getting started, that's pretty good. Pretty quick read. Here we have the build instructions. We'll just go through this really quick. Most of these are press fit or easy build kits, so not too big of a deal. Shouldn't be too difficult to put together. I do know that some of these models are very fragile. So you see there where that guy is sitting on the grave, he's touching the grave. That's the only part of the model that's actually touching the base. So you got to be really careful with some of these guys. Like there, you're gonna see how like kind of not flimsy, but yeah. And there's your color guide. Well, it colors you the thousands of paints you're gonna need to paint these models. And Games Workshop knows how to push their product, boy, I tell you. Now this is really cool. I wish they did this with Games Workshop. If you ever see this video, and I'm sure hundreds of other people have said this already, but if you ever see this video, do this for 40K as well, and for all of 40K. Like I even buy a box of these for my specific armies, but here they give you. I don't even have this dude. Like I don't know who this dude is. He's not in the box set. But it gives you the rules and the breakdown for these characters to add to this game. And I think the reason why is because I think the bigger box set of this, like the original starter set for Soul Wars, is bigger, and it came with these big dudes, like the main generals. So they gave you this just to kind of like, okay, well, we have the packet already made. We're not going to separate it just for the smaller ones. So there's a Night Haunt character. And you just open up, you have his card. These are really cool. These are like, And I'm sure they'll get ruined through time, but this is a really cool way to like travel with your miniatures. You don't have to carry like a giant army book, you know. Reichner, the Grim Hailer. Lord Executioner. Yeah, see, this is just a card, but that's cool. There you go. We'll just go through these real quick. Grimghast Reapers. Glaive Wraith Stalkers. So Horsehead Spear guys. Chain Rasp Horde. I've got these Mirmore Banshees. Very cool. Now I have the rules for them. I love these Banshees. They look really cool. Dreadblade Harrow. Thing is another like leader, or not like a character, but like a leader. Knight Incantor. That's the spellcasters there. Evocators. Ah, okay. So they're okay. The Incantor is what they call a special dude, like probably the leader of this unit, and the Evocators are just the spellcasters. That's cool. Because you gotta have magic. Sequitors. Castigators. It's a funny word. And then the Celestar Ballista. Rolls off the tongue. Celestar Ballista. Very cool. Alright, then you get this fold-out map. It's like a poster. It's got that poster material. So it's nothing spectacular, but if you look, it's got some cool dead trees and some sarcophagi, some gravestones. Folds out. Some more cool stuff. It's pretty big. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this on. It's double-sided too, so that's cool. Like the stone pathway there. It's pretty cool. And some destroyed ground. And you can see there's like some sort of mechanical device underneath there, or like runes or something. Maybe that's something the Stormcast Eternals are fighting for. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you get a battle map. I mean, it's not as good as some of the other ones that they put out. Like they put out the wood one, or the heavy cardstock ones, like for Speed Freaks and Necromunda and all that stuff. But it's cool. This, I mean, look, for 60 bucks, man, this is pretty cool. Like this is a pretty cool set. So I can't really, I'm not gonna complain. Here we have this Flexi plastic see-through ruler. You know, so you get your measurements correct. And it's flexi. So it's really not, I mean, is anything to write home about? No, but it's pretty cool that they include it. I mean, they didn't have to, but. You know. And we have the decal sheet. Water slide transfer for the Stormcast Eternals. You've got some lightning bolts and some symbols there. It's pretty cool. You've got white or black. I'm presuming that's depending on how you paint your models or where you actually want to put your little logos there. And last but not least, they include this, the inside box. Okay, this is where all the parts, models, and stuff come in, as a piece of scenery. So it's a cardboard box that you throw on top of the map, and your guys can do battle up here as well. Looks like some kind of mausoleum, or part of a mausoleum. I mean, the side panel's got some pretty cool detail printed on it. This is like the mausoleum, Sigmarite mausoleum. These are like the same, like the walls are the same design. It's pretty cool. It's busted open. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's a way to take advantage of all the pieces you're putting into this box set, right? Aside from the outer shell, you've got all these cool pieces you can use in the game. So that's a plus to me. All right, so there we have it. The Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempest of Souls box set. not a bad purchase, man, for 60 bucks, dude. I gotta say, that's some of these some of the sets in here would have cost me more if I bought them separately. And I got the second edition, because this is the second edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar core rules, which is cool. I mean, they haven't changed. I mean, I can get the General's Handbook that does the additions to the rules, but it hasn't changed to a 3rd edition yet, so I'll still be a little up to date. I mean, I probably might not play it soon, but I have it in case I want to. And honestly, even if it goes into 3rd edition, I can still run it as it is, as its own game or whatever. Again, if I wanted to introduce someone to Age of Sigmar, this is a great way to do that. Like, instead of saying, hey, go buy this, go buy that, go buy this, try it out, man. Come check it out, come play, see if you like it, and if you do like it, then you go your way and figure out what you want to get. You know, if you don't, then you know you didn't waste any money on it. I already did. So, there you go. But as always, guys, appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, share as always. You can find me on the Tabletop Dungeoneers Discord server. I'm usually there trolling around, bothering Hate and Cujo and some of the other guys. So come check us out. And if you want to join the Discord, just tell them Zero sent you. I'll leave a link in the description below. But come check us out. It's a fun place. A lot of people with a huge amount of talent in different areas. You know, modeling, scenery building, 3D modeling, 3D printing, all that stuff. Dungeon masters, game masters from all kinds of games, model builders, traditional models, Gundam models. You know, sometimes we talk about RC cars if you know, if it's there. But yeah, come check us out. You won't regret it. All right, thanks for watching.